because we need to start the recording. Okay, good. We are good to go. So are we all ready to get on with it? Yeah. And as the others come in, we will get into the mode as well. Okay, good. So millets, foods that heal. Okay, I've been working with millets for some years, teaching my clients how to eat millets and drink millet, and also sharing some recipes about cooking with millet. There are heaps of recipes in the YouTube, and one of the beautiful things that you can do to yourself is when you start embracing millets in your diet, I would encourage you to go and look at this in this what do you call the videos, and start practicing by applying all those recipes and have a wonderful food. I tell you, they're just so amazing. Okay, so I got introduced to millets through one of my client, and she was very debilitated. One day she came to my clinic, very weak, and she brought up packets of millet with her, and she shared with me and said, you know, if she could eat these millets. And so we were looking at the contents and trying to understand it. There was, at the time, this was what, about 8 years ago. I had no clue about what millets would do, and probably the only impression that I have with me about millets at that time was millets are bird seeds. They are food for birds. Okay, truly they are foods for birds, but they are also good foods for us as well. And so I went on to explore, and not much of information that were available at the time as we have now. Then I got a chance to meet Dr. Kadir Wali from India. He's in Bangalore, and he was an amazing personality. So he took me on board, and he shared a lot of information with me. And he shared a lot of protocol as well as to how you can use millets to help people heal and overcome many challenges. And he directly uses those information and claims that you can actually heal people, right? Now, the information that I'm going to share with you today, I do not want you to take it 100% as a gospel truth. What I would encourage you to do is to observe and take it on board with yourself and practice it and experience it, and then see the good things that it's going to do for your body. Okay, so we'll move on. So I am a naturopathic physician and a nutritionist. I'm also a life coach. I practice at the Naturopathic Therapies Clinic, and I'm in the business of healing people and helping people to overcome their stress. So we provide remedial solutions to illness and disruptive emotions. Yeah? And holistically, we are focused on a few areas to support people. We help people with pain issues. We do diabetes, cholesterol, and hypertension management. So we handle metabolic disorders, skin challenges, cancers, and stress management. So these are the primary areas that we help people with to heal and overcome these challenges. And we have successfully reversed many conditions and helped many people. I would say about 80% of my clients have successfully, following the protocols that we administer, they were able to heal themselves and have improved the quality of their life, right? Otherwise, we were able to support people with all other issues, okay? Now, are you all able to see the share screen? Can someone? Okay.
No, can't see.
Can't see. Okay. Anyway, right now you can see. Thumbs up if you can see. Yeah.
Yes, can.
Okay. Good. All right. Right. Yeah. If you can mute yourself, yeah. Everybody, if you can mute yourself, right. So I've just shared about myself, and and what I do, so we did not miss a lot of things. We are on track. Today, we will be looking at limited food habits that we have. Okay, we will learn about food combination. It's an amazing science, and you can actually overcome a lot of challenges just by learning how to combine food. And it's not a very difficult thing. It's very easy, and you will become an expert immediately today, right? Of when you understand food combination. Okay, we will also learn about what are millets, the type of millets, and how they are used. We're going to learn how to use millets to support 4 essential functions in our body, the different types of millets, and then the health benefits of the millets that we're going to use. Now, earlier, one of the gentlemen who registered for the workshop, he was sharing with me that these foods easily available. Okay, they may not be available cooked. Okay, probably the most you will get is quinoa, right? Quinoa, which is in the health food shops, but you will not find other millets in restaurants, and but you can have it. You will find in certain Indian food stalls which sell millet dosai and idlis and the works, but they will not be able to cook you millet foods. But you can buy millet grains from Mustafa. You can get it from organic shops or health food shops. You will be able to get in the health food section of Sheng Siong, in NTUC Finest, right? You can go to any most of the Indian provision shops. They would sell the millets, and the millets that I'm going to share about, you'll be able to get them as well. But you will not fail in Mustafa. You will be able to find them there. So not a problem at all. Now, having got the millets, you need to learn how to use them, and the heaps of videos on the internet. Yeah, in YouTube, you'll be able to see those videos, and you'll be able to apply those, looking at those recipes. And my favorite is the biryani that I make with the millets. Okay, they're so yummy. All the different types of biryani, Hyderabadi biryani to Mohalai biryani, and normal biryanis that I have made. Okay, so easy to make, and you will if you like to, one day I will have a cooking demo in my clinic using millets, and you can always come and participate, because you need to get hands-on experience to make them and also to eat them. Okay, so let's go ahead and explore millet foods. Yeah. So limited food habits, and rice and wheat are the common foods that we have nowadays. Okay, rice and wheat. Why? Partly because that is what is mostly available. Okay, and we have been programmed, and we've been in tune in such a way that Asians eat rice, right? You have to eat rice. So we have sushi, we have mixed rice, we got sita, and we also have rice noodles and the works. Okay, and then we have other foods like which comes in the form of wheat. We have all kinds of pastries and noodles and breads and buns and pizzas and burgers, and this is something that we have. And we also consume a huge amount of sugars. They come in the form of desserts, little glutinous balls filled with all kinds of foods. Yeah, so we have them on a regular basis, and okay, somebody mentioned about biryani to learn. Okay, so we will have them to sustain us. We don't explore other healthier foods. Now, I'm sure many of you all would have escaped or had lunch just by eating pizzas and burgers. Yeah, there's a general belief that a burger is a very balanced meal, because it has got its vegetables, it's got its meat, and it's got its the bun, which is the carbo, and the meat is a protein, and the vegetables are the fiber. So it is a perfect balanced food. Not true, yeah. They are highly processed, and they're laden with a lot of chemicals, and the meats are a few years old, and so you can imagine what kind of transformation could have taken place when you're eating them. Okay, And then the pastries, I love pastries. Okay, I think all Taurus people love to eat pastries. So pastries are comfort food. We eat it in the form of Western pastries. We have the Malaysian Malay kuehs, and then we have the Indian sweets and they call it palagaram, you know. So and then we have all the Chinese desserts as well, of laden with wheat and sugar, and they can be really a killer. Yeah. So these foods are comfort foods, and this is also we are eating all these foods on a regular basis because we are conditioned to eat that. Okay. We do not think outside the box to eat other foods. So when you're eating this, you limit proper nutrition to your body. When all the essential nutrients are cut to your body or restricted to your body, what also happens in that process is that your body starts to degenerate. Okay, you lose the essential enzymes that are no more being used to digest those foods. So they do not produce enzymes, and suddenly if you were to change into other foods, you will find it challenging to digest them. And so when you lose it, you don't lose it for good. You know, you can reintroduce the enzymes back into your body again, and you'll be able to enjoy much healthier food. But you got to cut down eating all these rice related and wheat related foods. And if you want to become healthier, okay, really, really healthy, the first food that you have to really stop is wheat. Okay, wheat is the most unhealthiest food, and I would encourage you to read a book called Wheat Bellies. Yeah, Wheat Bellies is a book that talks about all the dangers and the stresses that your body receives when you eat them. Right? It explores about how wheat causes cancers, sexual dysfunction, mental degeneration. So you end up with dementia, Alzheimer's, and the works, Parkinson's. Right? So all these things, if you are continuing to eat wheat on a regular basis, you will be affected by these challenges in time to come. Okay, so for many of us, bread is a convenient and a common breakfast that we have. We start our day with some form of wheat. We're having white bread or wholemeal bread, and or some kind of soft grain bread, and bread which they claim that is high fiber, raisin bread, banana bread, and walnut bread, or whatever bread that is there. All right, they are convenient, but they also make you conveniently sick as well. They are not a very healthy option to have. So if you can stop that, okay. So what do you eat for breakfast? You can have tosai, you can have your nasi lemak, but if you're having your nasi lemak for breakfast, you must have a lot of cucumbers with it, a lot of vegetables, right? They will be beneficial for you. But if you switch to millets, right? Millets going to be a superfood for you, and you can start benefiting from them significantly. Okay, so the impact of rice and wheat foods. Okay, um, you must understand one thing. When there's a high fiber content, that means that food is a low glycemic index. That means it will start to release energy slowly into your body. But here, wheat and rice are classified as a high glycemic index food. The content of rice and wheat is, the fiber content in the rice and wheat is about 0.20 to 1.2, right, percent. That's a very, very small percentage, and glucose are released into your body within 15 minutes into your body. Okay, so when you eat a bun, suddenly you feel a lot of energy, or if you have already too much of energy and you're not expending, that means those people are usually have elevated levels of cholesterol. They have weight issues, weight challenges. So you will find that these foods will increase the sugar upload in their body, and they become very sick. So for every 100 grams of rice that you have, you get about 35 grams of sugar that is rapidly released into your body. Now, that is like if you have a plate of rice, 1/3 of that rice, right, is already sugar. Can you imagine the amount of sugar that is going into your body? But we don't eat about 100 grams of rice. Huh? Uh, I'm Indian, and Indians do eat quite a bit of rice. Malays do eat quite a bit of rice as well, right? So rice or noodles. Yeah, the Chinese eat a lot of rice now as well. So it has become so common to eat for people to eat rice. And if you eat a bowl of rice, you must always remember 1/3 of that is sugar that is going into your body. So are these suitable for anyone? It is not suitable for diabetics. People who get fits and epilepsy is not a suitable thing as well. And people who have got kidney diseases and people who have got high blood pressure and anyone who has got heart diseases, right? Cardiovascular heart diseases, it is not suitable for you as well. It's going to create a heap of challenge. It's going to drive the sugar load up in your body, and this may, in the early onset, you might feel that there's a surge of energy, but you'll find that it's like a yo-yo syndrome. It's going up and down and up and down and up and down. So when you're feeling there's a low in energy, you quickly get some biscuits and you'll dip in tea and you'll eat that, right? Or you quickly mix some Nestum and you will drink it, or you drink a glass of Milo, or worse off, you may even be ending up drinking a can of soft drink. And this increases the sugar load in your body, and your body starts to suffer. It's not able to produce the support that it needs, and it's going to create a whole host of challenges for you. So what do we do, right? What do? We can explore food combination. Okay, food combination is very, very simple science about food. Okay, now listen very, very intently and carefully. Okay, any vegetables that you eat, okay, vegetables and fruit that you eat, your body needs alkaline alkaline to digest them, to assimilate them. It needs the support of alkalinity in your body, alkaline enzymes and support to digest those foods. If you're eating meat, okay, the body needs acid, okay, to digest those foods. Okay, now can you recall in your school days, right? You would have done a lot of experiments, and these experiments were about acid and alkaline. When acid and alkaline comes together, what happens? Does anyone know? Anyone want to mute and quickly share? You know what will happen if you bring acid and alkaline together? If you can answer, you will get a free consultation at my clinic. Ah, yes.
Alkaline.
Vinodini.
Neutral.
Huh?
They neutralize.
Yes. Okay, very good. Zainal, you mentioned the same thing as well, huh?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, good. Since both of you have mentioned, you can call in and come to my clinic for a free consultation. So acid and alkaline, when they mix together, they become neutral. That means the food that you eat is going to sit in your stomach and it's going to be taking a long time to digest, and it's going to create a lot of problems. Okay, so acid and acid can go along. Okay, alkaline and alkaline can go along, but acid and alkaline food cannot go along. Okay, so what is an acid and acid food? Anyone? An acid and acid food. Okay, I'll give it to you. Okay, an acid and acid food is basically food that are of meat origin. That means you have a bowl of or you have a plate of steak. You're just eating the steak for the day, or a chicken, or a fish steak, or a fish dish. Okay, so if you're eating that, that is an acid and acid food environment. Alkaline and alkaline is you're eating a bowl of vegetables, or you're eating some millets with vegetables. You're eating some rice with vegetables. They are alkaline and alkaline. So now, if you're eating fruits, they are also an alkaline environment. Now, acid and alkaline. If you look at the bottom, there you see the chicken rice and the nasi biryani, famous food in Singapore. Poor man's food, and everybody craves to eat biryani. Everybody loves to eat chicken rice. It's easy, it's convenient. It's you can eat it in a rush, and you can go off, and thinking that you have eaten a balanced meal. Okay, in the picture, it looks very nice, but it goes into your stomach. It's going to create a lot of havoc in your system, right? So, is nasi biryani a balanced food? No. Okay, is chicken rice a balanced food? No, because the chicken that you have in nasi biryani, or the mutton or the beef that you have in your biryani, requires acid to digest them. And then the rice that you're eating, will have alkaline, needs an alkaline environment to digest it. And then the pickles that you may have is already acidic because they have, it is fermented and it is already gone through a process, but it goes into your body, it becomes alkaline. Okay, actually it doesn't become, it's acidic outside, but it goes into your body, it becomes alkaline. Now you have two sources of alkaline foods in your body, and you have one source of protein-rich food which is acidic, which requires an acid environment to assimilate them. When they come together, okay, when they come together, they interact with each other. It's going to confuse the body, and then the food is going to sit there in your stomach longer than necessary. Okay, it's going to sit much longer than necessary, and what's going to happen is that you will not digest them. It will start to ferment in your body. It becomes a sugary load, and then it is broken down because of the sugar. It becomes putrefied, and then it goes through your small intestine, where the small intestine is not able to assimilate all the essential nutrients, the food, okay, from the food, and your body suffers. Okay, so can you eat biryani once in a while? I will say you can eat it once in a while, but actually you will feel very lousy, okay, after eating biryani. But the momentum that you have initially, you will feel shock. Okay, I love to eat biryani as well, right? But it is going to give you that sensation of feeling very nice and very excited, but it's not going to help you in the long run. Okay, initially it will be your body will put up with it and it will fight and it will change. But if you keep on doing this, there are people who eat biryani on a regular basis. I got friends who eat it every Friday. After their mosque meeting, they adjourn and they eat nasi biryani wherever they could get. And then there are others who eat biryani on Sundays and any other days. There are Chinese friends of mine who will eat biryani at least 3 or 4 times a week. Okay, because they say it's really shock and they cannot let go of it. Yeah, there are Indians who eat a lot of chicken rice, and they eat it every day. A lot of children eat chicken rice because they don't like to eat vegetables, and is the rice is tasty, and the pieces of chicken or the char siu rice that they eat, is so convenient for them. The mother just tuck it in them and they go about. Now, the other thing that I want to share with you is about food combination, the science of food combination. If you look in the middle, you will see densely oily proteins, fermented foods, and you will see starchy vegetables and dense starches. Okay, they are root vegetables. Then there is the low starch green and vegetable sprouts. If you notice that the circles are touching each other, okay, when they are touching each other, that means you can combine those foods when you eat them. Okay, it is safe to combine them and while you eat them. Okay, now in my last talks I would have shared with you that you cannot combine fruits. Actually, the first talk I would have shared about this, you cannot combine fruits with your meals. Okay, because fruits get digested very quickly and easily. Okay, so if you have to eat fruits, you got to eat them early. You can eat them as snacks before and after food, and it's got to be eaten at least about an hour or two after food. Or it could be eaten about for your breakfast. You can eat fruits. Now, the fruits that you can combine are the acidic fruits, the citrus fruits, the sub-acidic fruits like mangoes and lychees and cherries. Okay, and then the sweet fruits like grapes and bananas. You can actually combine them and eat them, except for melons. Okay, melons you cannot combine with these fruits because they don't gel well, because watermelon is primarily high content of water. It's going to dilute the enzymes in your body. So if you got to eat watermelon, you eat it on its own without any other fruits. Okay, so people will go and drink watermelon juice, and with it's good to drink watermelon juice on its own, but if you mix it with other fruits or if you make it as a smoothie, your tummy is going to get into a state where it is going to suffer. And liquids like water, wheatgrass juice or anything like that, they are to be drank on their own. You're not supposed to combine them with any foods. That means you cannot drink water with water while you're having your meal. Okay, water has got to be drank an hour before your half an hour before meal, or 1 hour after meal. Now, this is something that many of us don't observe. We eat food and then we down it with water or we down it with juice. In the last talk, we talk about how cold foods freezes and the nutrients and your cellular structure where diseases enter your body. So it's not good to have drinks with food. Okay, if you want to have that, right, you can have them before and half an hour before or 1 hour after food. Okay, don't have it with your food. Don't down it with water, because when you drink water with food, it goes into your stomach and then it gets diluted. The body gets confused. Hey, where are all the essential enzymes that I supposed to experience and give to my stomach to digest the food? But now it is so liquid, I don't know what it is. Okay, so can we drink soup? Okay, that's one question that a lot of people would have. Hey, does that mean can I drink soup? Yes, you can. Okay, soup, clear soup, creamy soup, soups with vegetables, they're okay. They're still classified as food, but when you're eating those vegetables from the soup, you got to really, really chew them. Anytime, if you're eating any food, you got to really, really chew your food. Don't just swallow your food and let the stomach do the work, because all digestion happens in the mouth. It starts with the mouth first. So you got to really chew it and then swallow it. Okay, don't let the stomach do, because it takes a longer time to digest, and your stomach does not have teeth to grind them. Okay, so you got to use your teeth to grind your food and chew it well and eat them. So I hope everybody understands about food combination. Yeah, you would get an idea about what food combination is. So experience it and practice it, because when you do, you will have amazing phenomenal shift in your health and your well-being when you have food, when you practice food combination. Okay, now here in the food combination picture that you see here, you do not see anything about meat. Okay, now meat cannot be combined with any of these foods. Okay, they got to be, if you want to have meat, you just have to have meat on its own. Okay, just have meat on its own. So baked potatoes and steak don't go well. Fries and chicken wings do not go well. They will not be beneficial for your body. They are not properly digested and they are not healthy for you as well. Okay, so next time if you are eating chicken rice or nasi biryani or your steak with all the potatoes and whatever that you are having, just be mindful, because you're not doing a favor to your body. Actually, you're creating more harm to yourself. Okay, so let's go on to energy and vibrations. This I have shared in my previous talk as well, but quickly I wanted to share with you. These are images of food, trillion photos of food that has been taken. Okay, the white rings that you see, they are the aura, the energy of fruits and vegetables and food. Okay, so raw tomato, if you cut it and they put it under a camera to observe with the trillion camera, they observe all the beautiful light that is emanating. When the tomato was cooked, right, it was cooked, and you find that the auric energy, the vibration is has reduced significantly. Here you will see an apple, the sliced apple, it is slowly getting oxidized, so that you see the diminishing energy on the sides. But if you look at it completely, you will see that it's still got a lot of vibrant energy. It is beneficial for you. Slice of meat, if you observe, is raw meat that is not cooked yet. Okay, it's raw meat that has been cut some time ago, and the meat has got not much of energy in them. So whatever energy that you're seeing there is basically bacteria and parasites which are there on the meat to decompose it. Okay, so it starts to degenerate. So these bacteria and parasites which are alive on the meat are actually emitting those vibrations. So when you're eating meat foods, actually you're eating dead food, dead vibration. We had talked about this in the first workshop where we talked about food and vibration, and I believe that that would have given you a lot of insights. So embrace that, and but we move on with foods. And now we come to millets. Okay, millets are cereal crops. They are small seed grasses. So literally they're like grass that grows, and actually they can grow very tall. And they are widely used in Africa, in Asian countries. It is also used significantly in Indonesia. I've seen red millet crops in Indonesia. They're as tall as I am, and they harvest them. They actually don't need so much of water to. They just grow in wherever they plant. Very little water, but very robust and strong crops, and very good yield. And since ages, for thousands of years, they have been planting these crops, and they have been using for human consumption. So in Egypt, they in the pyramids, the pharaohs where they were buried, and they were left with a lot of pots of grains and things. They found a lot of millets in their chambers as well. So they brought these millets out, and they put it out, and they regerminated it, and then they started to grow again. Then they found all these millets, the new millets that are no more available now. It's hardly being used now, but they are available. There are also people who are seed savers, so they keep a lot of the millets that are not so common now, and especially rice grains. There are people who save rice grains, and the new rice grains are now being they are surfacing now. They're growing them in different parts of India, and you'll be surprised, the kind of rice that are available. And red rice has now become very common. It's a superfood, is something that you should explore as well, because it helps with reducing your cholesterol, high blood pressure, and yeast issues. Okay, so there's superfood, and then millets are also gluten free. Gluten is one of the common intolerances that we have amongst children and young people, right? This is also because of the lack of probiotics and enzymes in their tummy. They are not able to digest them effectively, and then all the genetically modified wheat, So the wheat that you used to have 50 years ago and the wheat that you have now, they are totally different. Okay, they're totally different, and they are so denatured to the point where you have a lot of carb, but you don't have fibers in your food, and it's not beneficial for you. So millets, because they are also gluten free, they play an important role in preventing and curing several health issues. Okay, you'll be surprised, instead of taking medicine and taking supplements, you can actually eat millets and can heal yourself. It's a powerful thing to experience. When I started to learn about millets and applying them, I've worked with a lot of cancer patients, and one of the food that I encourage them to go into is millet. They seem to pick up a lot of energy. Cancer patients are very debilitated. They can be very, very sick, and you'll find that when they take millets, they are very enriched. They start to feel their energy and all starts to surface, and they become much, much stronger and vibrant. Even the doctors couldn't believe that that they are so energetic despite all the treatment that they go through as a cancer patient. Okay, so millets are a rich source of fiber. They have a lot of minerals in them, especially magnesium. Magnesium is a master mineral. If any supplement that you can have, if you can have some magnesium in your daily, as a daily supplement, it's going to help you significantly. Phosphorus is another one that is there. Iron, right? A lot of women are iron deficient, so if you're taking millets, you can correct that problem immediately. Calcium, okay, calcium that supports your bone health, prevents degeneration, and prevents and supports your bone matrix, so it prevents the breaking of your bone. So especially elderly people, you will benefit from it significantly. Zinc, okay, zinc, as much as it boosts your immunity, it is also something that helps with your libido. It also helps with your fertility, especially for men. So millets have them in abundance. And potassium, that is beneficial for your body. It helps you to regulate your heart health, your kidney health, and it does many, many more. Okay. So we're going to look at the 4 primary organs that millets help with. Okay. Millets, they're like a powerhouse nutrition. They just got heaps of everything in them. Okay. Which help in improving heart health. Okay. They support your heart health, and they can, they can actually reduce coronary blockage. If you have a blockage or you have the high risk of getting a blockage in your system, okay, it can reduce the blockage from happening, okay, and it can actually eliminate them, take that out of your system as well. It is enriched with goodness of magnesium. Magnesium, as I shared with you, is a master mineral, which can effectively reduce blood pressure and the risk of stroke and heart attack. Isn't that an amazing thing to have? Now you'll be wondering what kind of millet to eat. I'll share that with you in a while. Okay. Now, especially millets, they can help in reducing the risk of diseases like atherosclerosis. These are things where your blood vessels become too stiff, okay, and they start to form a lot of plaques. So we can prevent that from happening. They're rich in potassium. Millets can effectively work as a vasodilator. So it opens up your blood vessels. It dilates the blood vessels, and so the blood can flow easily. Okay, and because this can do, right, men who's got issues with erectile dysfunction, men who's got issues with lack of libido, or they cannot sustain, right? Then you will find that eating millets can actually improve your blood flow. So the vasodilation that is happening is going to send blood flow easy into your organs, and you find that you can function better. Okay. Moreover, the plant lignans in millets can be transformed into animal lignans. That means it can convert into your body, so the body can use it effectively. This combats a lot of chronic diseases like cancer and coronary diseases. Okay, so cancers in many part of your body can actually be prevented by eating millets. So that's your beautiful heart that is pumping there, right? If that heart to keep on pumping, you need to eat millets and start to introduce millets in your diet. It's going to do a lot of wonders. Now, the other thing that we're going to look at is diabetes. Diabetes is a dreadful disease. Okay, diabetes is the type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Now, people with the type 1 diabetes, they don't produce insulin. So you think of it as like not having the key to let your pancreas to release the insulin or the blood to use the insulin in your body. So they have got to be injected. They have got to be on medication. And nowadays, younger and younger people are getting diabetes, and they can go right up to type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Now, type 2 diabetes is the most prevalent diabetes where people are not able to produce enough insulin in their body. So they are on medication, but actually it is reversible. Type 2 is reversible. And then there are certain exercises you can do where you can start your islets of Langerhans, which are producing the insulin in your body, where the pancreas starts to store. You can regenerate that organ, and you'll find that it's be able to produce the insulin that you need. It's a process, and it can be done. We have successfully helped people with these issues as well, but it is not something that will happen overnight. It is a progressive change that happens. Now, to further the balance, millets, which is again rich in magnesium, right? They help to stimulate the level of insulin in the body. Okay, thereby increasing the receptors in your body, the receptors in the blood, everywhere, where they start to use the food and the essential nutrients, and they burn them more effectively. In that process, keeping a healthy balance in your body, right? So this helps in reducing the chance of diabetes in type 2, which can also progress and evolve to become a type 1 diabetes. Okay, so you can save yourself and actually reverse type 2 diabetes completely. So what are the other things that you need to add to millets to work with diabetes is you can use flax seeds, you can use red rice and black rice. Okay, red rice is literally red in color. It has been successfully used to feed elephants. Okay, so they give a huge bowl of rice to the elephant. The elephant eats it, and then it is very happy. It goes about the rest of the day, or even a few days without any food. These are domesticated elephants. The wild elephants don't eat red rice because nobody's there to give them. However, the red rice can also be consumed for humans, and you'll be surprised, you cannot eat it like a normal rice. Okay, red rice is something that you eat in small amounts because you will feel full very quickly. Okay, and they're super good food, and you can have millets and red rice mixed together and be eaten. Black rice, pulut hitam, right? And this black rice is an amazing food for cancer, especially liver cancer. Okay, you can actually reverse a few types of cancer, especially the cancers of the liver, the most hardest to heal. And you can, by eating the black rice, you can have a significant improvement in your well-being by eating black rice. Now, how do you eat the black rice? Do you make pulut hitam where you make it into a dessert and you eat them? No. If you have to eat them with sugar, I would encourage you to eat it with brown sugars, palm sugars, coconut sugars. Not eat it with white sugars, or eat it savory. The black rice, you make it into like a porridge, eat them. Super good thing to have. You can even have black rice pancakes, black rice, red rice, black rice, and millet pancakes, and Tosei, you can have it like Italy, and you can eat them. They are such a good thing to have. Your body will love you for feeding it with all these foods, and it will save you and give you an improved quality of life. Okay, so millets are foods that are going to support digestion as well. Okay, why? Because of the fiber content in the millet. They're very, very high fiber content. And millets make up for healthy cereal. Okay, so if you have the habit of cereal, try and get millet cereals to have. And it can also prevent, all kinds of bowel issues that you have. Okay, with your digestive system, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, ulcers, fistula, there's this twisted, there's a name for it, but there's this twisted intestines, so you find that it gets blocked or semi-blocked, and then food cannot pass through and fecal matter cannot go through properly, right? This can be prevented by eating millets in your diet because of the high fiber content that it has. It also supports the peristalsis function. Okay, peristalsis is like the pumping action. Okay, the pumping action that that helps to move the food particles through your small intestine and then to your large intestine and out of your body. A lot of people, for a variety of reasons, because they drink a lot of coffee and tea, they lose and they reduce the peristalsis function of their intestines and the large intestine. Okay, so they carry a lot of bowel toxins in their body, which also makes them very sick. Okay, so just by helping your digestive system by eating high fiber millets, you will also start to support your brain. Because last talk I would have shared with you, anything that you eat as food that's going to support your tummy is going to support your brain function as well. And anything that you do to reduce stress and help your brain to be calm and peaceful is going to help your tummy. Okay, it's going to calm your tummy as well. So they are interrelated, so you got to support them regularly. Okay, so you can ease diseases like related to the liver and the kidneys by eating millet. Okay, and you can also reduce the risk of colon cancer. You can reduce the risk of colon cancer. In Singapore, colorectal cancer is the biggest incidence. Yeah, we are number one in the world when it comes to colorectal cancer. So you can eat millets and you can literally prevent colorectal cancer. And if you are having colorectal cancer, by adding black grapes to your fresh grapes, with your millets, and you eat them on a regular basis, it supports them. Noni fruits, okay? Actually, noni fruits, they don't taste really nice. It tastes like puke. I don't like it, but I've eaten it. It's an acquired taste, like eating durians. So eating noni fruits is an acquired taste as well, but it does amazing good to your body. And there are some little, plants that grow along the fence near where I have my clinic. So once in a while, I get to benefit to pluck some noni fruits and eat them. Okay, and then lady's finger, right? You can add to your millets, and you can, if you can make it as a daily diet, you can literally prevent cancer. Okay? You can literally prevent cancer and support yourself. Good. Let's go on. Okay. So millets support detox. Okay. That means to eliminate toxins for your body. Now, if you come to a naturopath like me, the first thing that we always talk about and want to do to support your well-being is to detox, because toxins, bowel toxins, toxins from drugs, toxins from all the drinks that you had, they all are accumulated in your body, and they need to be released from your body. So millets are loaded with components such as curcumin, ellagic acid, quercetin, and catechins, which further help in removing foreign agents from your body. Free radicals and balance the enzymatic reaction in your body. Foreign agents is like drugs, uh, heavy metals can literally be removed from your body. Right? If you come to my clinic and we can run a test on you, we can actually find out whether you have any heavy metals. Some of the common heavy metals that you find in people are arsenic, mercury, and lead. Okay, a lot of taxi drivers have got high levels of lead. Okay, people who eat a lot of chicken have got a high incidence of arsenic, and people who eat a lot of seafood, fish, and crabs and prawns and the works, they have high levels of mercury, and those are old timers who have a lot of mercury filling in your teeth. Right, you have high risk of mercury in your body. Mercury causes heart issues, so you got to be very careful. If you have mercury fillings in your teeth, go and visit a good dentist who can help you detox and take that mercury fillings out, and probably remove the teeth and put a crowning, or support your teeth in whatever way they feel that is good. You need to do that. Okay, so millets support detox. Okay, they promote liver detox, colon detox, and kidney detox. They also support you with your lymphatic detox. That means removing from all the toxins from your lymph vessels. And you will start initially when you're eating millet and you're going through a process, you'll find that you will smell a bit more. You will have a lot of mucus you will be spitting out. This is not caused by millets. It is the millets that is working in your body and it's expelling them from your body. So this is from all those things that you have done in your past that has accumulated in yourself, that they are coming out from your system, which is a good thing, right? So I have people who come and ask, after eating orange, I always have a lot of phlegm. So orange is no good for me. No, oranges are good for you. That is why you are getting a lot of phlegm. Your body is trying to get rid of them. So eat more on a regular basis, and you find that you completely eliminate all those phlegm out of your system. Okay, so the 5 types of millets that we're going to look at, which is easily available in Singapore. You can get it from many outlets, and you can get it at Mustafa. Definitely, you can get them at Mustafa. There are many brands, the Indian brands and then the American brands as well. For a packet of about 500 grams, it can cost you from $2 to about $10. The American ones cost more. The Indian ones cost lesser, but they are all good. Okay, because these are hardy and very resilient grains. They don't really need pesticide and all. So they hardly have any pesticide on them. Okay, they don't. But so you can eat them safely. The millets that we're going to explore and look into are foxtail millets. Okay, foxtail millets, little millets, barnyard millets, and brown top millets, and also kodo millets. Okay, kodo millets. They are amazing food to use, and eating these millets will heal and rejuvenate and restore your body to total wellness. That means you will have a new body. Okay, it's going to rejuvenate. Why? Because of the protein that goes right to the DNA and fix. Last week we actually explored and how food go right into your DNA and fix your body and and heal them. So how long does it take? Depending on the kind of challenges that you have, it can take up to about 6 months to 2 years. Okay, 6 months to 2 years, not bad. Okay, it's actually not bad at time to heal yourself. Imagine people who have been on medication for years, especially diabetics. When they're slightly old, they had diabetes early. They get together and they talk, oh, you're diabetic. Yeah, also diabetic. How long already? They'll talk 15 years. One will say 20 years. Some will say 30 years, some will say 10 years. So they talk in number of years. It's like a pangkat that you have within yourself. Then some kind of like promoted, you know. So the longer that you had the disease, you have not been able to reverse the disease, but you're on medication and insulin jab. You also find that, you know, with diabetes especially, yeah, people start to degenerate as they age, and this is not happening because of the age, but it is happening because of the disease, where they start to lose their limbs. You find that, you know, they lose their hands, they lose their legs, and because of that, they are now wheelchair bound. They are not able to work. They become a burden to their family, and it's a huge financial burden. And you know, one of the other things that they also experience is that they get kidney failures. Right, Singapore, we have big number of people, a huge number of people who got kidney failures, and kidney dialysis centers are like community centers in Singapore. You know, you have so many around. Every housing estate got a few. That means it is a proof that so many people are going through a process where they're getting dialysis. Okay, and it's a sad thing. Okay, it's also a dreadful. I also help people with kidney failures. It takes time. So 6 months to 2 years is what you're looking at to rejuvenate, restore, and have total body wellness. Okay, and heal your body as well. That means you can literally reverse those diseases. Amazing. Okay. So millets have a carbohydrate fiber ratio of 5.5 and 8.8. Okay, that means if anything that is below 10 are medicinal. Okay, they are medicinal. 5.5 to 8.8, they are good. So those millets that you saw, foxtail, barnyard, little millets, you know, kodo, and, yeah. So and what was the other one? Okay, kodo, brown top millets. Okay, these millets are all medicinal. Okay, that means they have medicinal property. That means they have the ability to heal you. Okay, there are many millets. There are many millets, and these millets are slow glycemic, low glycemic index, and they give sustained release of energy, 6 to 8 hours. That means you don't really need to eat so much of food, right? Especially if you go into intermittent diet. We talked about it last week. In intermittent diet, if you have the habit of introducing, or you create a habit of introducing millets into your diet, one thing that will definitely happen is you feel energetic. You feel a lot of energy going into your body, and eating millets 2 to 3 times a day gives you about 20 to 30 grams of fiber. Okay, you need about 38 grams of fiber per day. Okay, an average person requires about 38 grams of fiber per day, and you get that, you know, 20 to 30 comes from your millets, and the rest can be taken from your vegetables that you eat. Now, because millets are very woody and very strong grains, you got to soak them for at least minimum 2 hours, or you soak them for a couple of hours. You can even sprout them and cook it and eat. Okay, so there are other millets like proso, finger millet, pearl millet, sorghum, you know, corn. Corn is also a millet, right? And these foods are actually, they've got a lesser fiber content in them, and for a variety of reasons, nutritionists also classify them as low glycemic food. So the blood sugars, the sugars from these foods enter your body in about 2 hours after eating them. Okay, so these types of millets, they have about 1.2 to 3.6%. Okay, they're not really medicinal, but you can eat them if you've got no other choice. But the other 5 millets that I spoke about, they are the choice millets to have, and they're so easily available in Singapore. So you don't need to worry, okay, of getting them. It is about getting into the habit of introducing it in your diet. So foxtail millet, okay, 8% fiber and 12% protein. Okay, all millets, right? They've got a good percentage of fiber and protein in them. Okay, they're suitable during pregnancy and pregnancy-related issues. Okay, so one of the common problems that women who are pregnant who experience is gestational diabetes. Okay, when you don't take care of it, it can affect the baby. But usually, when mothers end up with gestational diabetes, they evolve, and you know, they end up with diabetes as they after delivering the child, and they got to be on medication or injection. Okay, or during pregnancy they got to put injections to regulate the insulin in their body or the sugar imbalances they have in their body. So if they eat millets, they can actually prevent all those issues, right? Issues that got to do with their blood vessels. So they end up with a lot of hemorrhoids. They will end up with a lot of varicose veins. All this can be prevented by taking foxtail millets. Okay. Now the other issue that millets, this particular millet, foxtail millet, can do is it can prevent fits and seizure. It can also help from the recovery of fits and seizure. Now, children, when they get fits and seizure because of high temperature, when they go into high fever, the body starts to shiver and they go into a fits to produce the sweat to reduce the fever. However, the fits prolongs and then then they start to get regular seizures and fits, and then that affects the quality of their life because they can just collapse anytime, and it's very nasty. So if you feed them millets, you'll find that naturally it starts to reverse, and slowly they come out from that fits and seizure experiences. They start to improve. And these millets can also help with skin challenges, okay, because they're rich in protein. Protein repairs everything. Okay, protein is one of the biggest repairers in our body, and when you take it from the form of millet, they go right to your body. They go right up to the DNA level, and they fix those challenges. So psoriasis, eczema, fungal infections, and all those things can be actually be cured by eating millets. Mouth, lung, stomach cancers can be prevented. And then the other thing that is also commonly prevalent as people become older, and I'm quite surprised for the first 2 months, I'm seeing quite a number of people who has got Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia. They're coming for help, and they are very young. Some of the youngest is about 40 years old, who's already got dementia, and I was surprised because she just can't write her name, she can't write simple sentences, and she cannot remember a lot of stuff. Okay, so we are working with her, trying to reverse her condition, and with her helper, we have put her on a millet diet, and she was there at my clinic last week, and there was some improvement, and I was quite pleasantly surprised. Wow, that's quick. Okay, there's a quick change that is happening in this person. I'm very happy for her. And she's also more vibrant and energetic. Asthma is another one. It's a highly inflammatory condition that affects your respiratory system. So you can reduce the inflammation by taking foxtail millets, and it helps you. Okay. Kodo millets. Kodo millets is a powerful food as well. Okay, it supports bone marrow health. Okay, so anything got to do with your bone marrow, the blood cells, and white blood cells, red blood cells, all this can be repaired by kodo millet. Okay, so they made a millet burger there. That's why you see that picture there. Okay, it's a kodo millet burger. Okay, prevents and heals cancers in kidney, prostate, blood, so leukemia, yeah, intestinal and thyroid and throat and pancreatic glands and liver cancers. Wow. Okay, so it can literally heal. Yeah, so when I was speaking to Dr. Kadir, and he was sharing about this information, and he says, I have healed so many people. He says he doesn't stop them from taking their medication, but he puts them on this diet, and then they start to heal very quickly, and their body starts to become more vibrant and energetic. Diabetic skin sores and gangrene. Yeah, this is a powerful thing as well, because as I shared with you, diabetics also develop other complications. One of it is skin sores. You'll find, in their tummy, there's a black patch around them. You will see it on the side of their eyes or on their face. You will see on their cheek. Okay, just where just under the eyes, the chin bones. They will have dark patches. These are all signs of diabetes and skin sores that are manifesting there. And then if they don't attend to it, you also find these sores appearing on their shin, on their ankles, and then it starts to develop as a gangrene. Okay, so this can be prevented even if they have gangrene. If they start to eat kodo millet on a regular basis, okay, you will find that the gangrene will not become worse, and it will not regenerate, but then it will stop the gangrene from wherever it is. And probably if they need to go for surgery, and then or they can start do something to boost their immune system and heal and regenerate or rejuvenate that part by supporting the blood health and blood to flow properly into their body. So strengthens blood health. So if you take kodo millet, your blood health will improve. So that prevents gangrene. Dengue is now become very common in Singapore. A lot of people are suffering from dengue, typhoid, and viral fever, COVID virus. So this can be prevented by eating kodo millet on a regular basis. If you're eating them, immune system improves, your blood health starts to improve, and in the process, it prevents and it supports your whole body and you start to heal as well. Next one is little millet. Okay, little millet is also a unique millet. They made a stir fry, like by stir fried rice, nasi goreng like that. So they made a millet goreng there. Yeah, they made it like an Indian style. Okay, so it supports male and female reproductive health and sexual function. So any problem with sexuality for women and men, okay, in Tamil they call it mapla samba. That means it's a millet actually that is given to couples before their marriage. Okay, so women and men are given this little millets. They cook it and they make it into a tea. They make it into a porridge. They make dosai, idli, whatever they can think of. They make them and then they give it to them so that their libido increases. Their sexual function improves. Right, so they are able to function on their first night. Okay. So it also increases sperm count, okay, so that the women can have healthy babies. So it helps with that. It helps with erectile dysfunction, a variety of things. So just by eating little millets, you can help yourself. And women who develop PCO, okay, polycystic ovarian disease, okay, the cyst that forms on their ovaries and their uterus, they can be healed. Okay, because when women have this problem, they will find it difficult to conceive. They have problem conceiving and they cannot have children. So this can be corrected by eating little millets on a regular basis, and you'll find that it starts to support their body. And one of the beautiful thing it does is that it cleanses the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system which carries all the toxic rich protein fluids that floats around in your body. That's why when you sweat, right, the sweat is actually coming from your lymph. Now these sweat smells, and they can especially people who has got skin issues, that it becomes an irritant. Okay, so if you are taking little millets, it can actually clean the lymph and in the process heal your skin as well. So it fights brain, throat, blood, thyroid, pancreatic gland cancers. Okay, so if you have people who got brain tumor or brain cancer, you can heal them. Throat, okay, leukemia. Thyroid cancer is also a common cancer, especially people who eat a lot of seafood and fish. Now, in the modern days, they are in the increased risk of getting thyroid cancers. And people who eat table salt, iodized salt, okay, they also get thyroid cancers in the long run. So to prevent that, you can actually eat millet, little millet, and you can prevent that. Pancreatic cancer, very painful cancer. And pancreatic cancer is actually caused by a variety of reasons, and one of the common cause is tea. If you drink too much of tea, you will end up with pancreas cancer. The largest population that drinks too much of tea are the Punjabis and the Keralites, okay, the Malayali people, and they have the high risk of cancer as well, okay, of pancreatic cancer. They don't have, especially Malayalis, they don't have cholesterol issues and fat issues because they eat a lot of coconut oil. But studies have shown that they get high levels of pancreatic cancer because of the tea that they're drinking. It's actually the tannins in the tea that goes into your body that causes the necrosis or degeneration of the pancreas. Yeah. Then we come to barnyard millets. Okay, barnyard millets helps to regulate your thyroid. So thyroid imbalances, right? Thyroid imbalances. The first thing that you go to doctors, they put you on thyroxine and they put you on medicine that prevents the overstimulation of your thyroid. So suppressants, they might give you suppressants or thyroid medicines, and you can actually regulate your thyroid by eating barnyard millet. Okay. Pancreatic glands which are malfunctioning, which are not able to store the insulin in the pancreas because it's inflamed, there's not enough space, so there's not enough insulin can be stored. So you can reduce the inflammation by reducing the inflammation in the pancreas, and the pancreas can now normally release insulin into your body, which can use. And it can also help to regulate diabetes. It cleanses your liver. It goes to your liver. You know, we eat all kinds of medicine, and we take all kinds of chemicals into our body, and so they get isolated in your liver. Okay, salts get stuck in your liver. They cause a lot of liver stones, and they also cause gallbladder stones. They're bile salts. Okay, all this can be cleared from your urinary tract as well. So your bladder, okay, there are a lot of stones that are forming on your kidneys and your bladder in your urinary tract. They also can be cleansed by taking barnyard millet. So your gallstones, if you take barnyard millet tea, that means you soak in the tea, water, you boil it, and then you drink that water on a regular basis. It will slowly emulsify the stones and get it out of your system as well. It heals jaundice. Okay, jaundice is very common for Indians and dark-skinned people. You can only see it in their eyes, but I've seen Chinese who get jaundice and they literally look yellow. Okay, and they're yellow in color, and this is a liver failure as well. So the liver needs to be supported because it can kill you. So if you take barnyard millets, you can re-strengthen your liver. Okay, it helps with liver cancer and uterus cancer. A lot of women get cervical cancer, cancer in the uterus, and so usually they go for surgery and they take it out. If you find in early stages, eat barnyard millets, you can actually prevent the cancer from proliferating and affecting other parts of the body, and it starts to go away. So, okay? So barnyard millet is an essential thing to have. Then brown top millet. This is also an amazing food. Prevents challenges with your digestive system. They make crochets there. Prevents piles and fistula and hemorrhoids and ulcers. Okay, so a lot of people suffer from this also because they lead a very sedentary life. They go to the office, they're sitting down for hours and they're working, so they end up with piles, fistula, and hemorrhoids. The body is also very heaty. They don't drink enough water, so it causes all these problems as well. So this can be prevented by eating brown top millets. Okay, it helps to heal brain, blood, and breast cancers. Bone cancers can be prevented by stomach and intestinal cancers. Skin cancers can also be prevented by taking brown top millet. Okay, now there's a caution there. You still need to take your medication prescribed by your doctors. You cannot stop, but you can still eat millets. Okay, eat millets. With these, you find that your body starts to use the nutrients from the millets, and it starts to heal itself, and it becomes healthier, and healthier. Okay, good. So millets work synergistically with these. You need to do these things. Okay, just by eating millet alone, you cannot solve all the problems. You got to do a few things. Okay, one of it is my favorite exercise: walking for 50 to 70 minutes daily. Not once in a while, but on a daily basis. If you can do this, it's a super exercise that you can give to your body. 50 to 70 minutes. After 50 to 70 minutes, 30 minutes is used to warm up. Okay, so you don't really need to stretch and warm up. Just go out there and walk for that time on time. But the 30 minutes naturally used for warming up, and then you get the other time to burn and and clear stuff out of your system, and increase your metabolic activity. It supports you. Eating generously. Okay, so eating generously, what not eating all kinds of junk, but eating a lot of greens generously. Last week we shared about not eating leafy vegetables at night, but you can eat dark green vegetables. Avoid eating leafy vegetables at night for dinner. Okay, but you can eat them for lunch. You can have them for breakfast. And eating them generously is a good thing for you, right? So eating like moringa leaves, Indians eat. The Malays used to eat moringa leaves. The Filipinos eat moringa leaves and drumsticks on a regular basis, so they're good. Okra, lady's finger, is a good vegetable to eat. Guava is a good fruit to eat. Common fruit, the pink guava, the white guavas that you have now, the white guavas are kind of like genetically modified as well. Now you get white guavas without the seed. They're not healthy to have. Okay, so you need to eat those with the tiny seeds. Don't scoop and throw away the seeds. Eat them. Okay, and they're good for the body. Okay, they help in many ways. Aloe vera is good to have on a regular basis. So you got an aloe vera plant, skin it and then chop the aloe vera, put it in your drink and have it on a regular basis. Bitter gourds, fenugreek seeds, and leaves. Okay, meaty leaves they call it. They're good to have as well. The bitter properties that are there supports your pancreas function, and they all synergistically work uh, with your millets that you're eating. Drink guava mango leaf tea. Okay, guava leaf tea a bit hard to find, but when you buy from certain shops which sell guavas with the leaves intact as well, buy them. Come home, wash the leaves and and rinse it thoroughly. After that, boil them and drink. Mango leaves are quite common. Every housing estate got mango trees, so pluck some mango leaves. But the best form of mango leaf to have is the baby ones. Okay, they are usually reddish and dark purple in color. The purple foods are very good, so you can drink them as tea in the morning. It's good. Stop drinking milk and eating wheat. If you stop these two, you will support your body so much. 70% of your problems are gone. And then you got to use cold press healthy oils. Okay, cold press oils. Healthy oils are basically like your coconut oil, your red palm oil, your ghee, butter, and the other thing that you can use is olive oil, but olive oil not suitable for frying. Okay, they're not suitable for frying, but cold and stir fries, they're okay. Minimize eating rice. Don't eat so much of rice. Okay, cut down eating rice. Avoiding sugar and high fructose corn syrup. Okay, white sugar we are talking about, and then corn syrup, which now also passes on as maple syrup. So a lot of maple syrup out there is very cheap, and they got no. Actually, they are not extracted from maple tree. They're actually corn syrup, which passes on as maple syrup, and so you got to be careful. So if you're putting syrup on your pancake, you got to know that it is actually it's not corn. It is corn syrup. It's not maple syrup. And the last thing that you need to do is to manage stress. Okay, you got to really do some meditation, mindful living, read books, and cut down your stress. Okay. Last thing you see there, that's me in Bukit Timah Hill. So I love walking at Bukit Timah Hill. If you like to join me at Bukit Timah Hill for exercise, most welcome. You're most welcome. I start at about 7:30 in the morning, and I can be walking there right up to about 10 or 9 o'clock, and it's the best thing that I give to my body and my mind every day, right? So you can come and join me. Okay, just give me a bus, and we can meet at Dairy Farm, and from there we can walk. Okay, so this I've been sharing constantly at every workshop. This has been producing phenomenal result. Okay, you can do it with millets. You can also do it with green beans. This is DNA healing. Take a green bean, put it in your mouth, swish it around. Okay, after that, take it out, and like the experiments that are done during your school days, you put it on a wet cotton, let it sprout. Don't let it grow into a tree. Yeah, you are not going to experience Jack and the beanstalk thing. You just need to let it sprout. The moment it sprout, you eat it. Eat that sprouted seed. Okay, put it in your mouth, chew and eat. Okay, the moment the seed touches, it interacts with your energy, and acknowledges what is deficient in you. Okay, we talked about this extensively in the last two workshops when we talked about food as matter and food as energy, which is used by our body. Okay, now then when you place it in the cotton wool, the seed starts to interact with the universal energy, and it absorbs all the energy imprints to nurture and repair your cells as it sprouts. Now, when you eat the seed, that will start to establish balance and heal you. Now, the healing is happening progressively. For some people, it happens very quickly. For many people as well, right? So it is according to your belief system. If you think that you're going to take a long time to heal, you will take a long time to heal. If you believe that you're going to heal quickly, bless you, you will heal very quickly. Okay, so the healing power of plants, they are super intelligent. Okay, so millets are super intelligent foods as well. So I'm repeating the above message again. If you put your saliva on the seed of an edible plant and the plant it in soil or in a wet cotton, something miraculous will happen. The plant starts to read your DNA and structure its own genetic blueprint to be a superfood based on any deficiencies or requirements that your DNA is signaling. So when you eat them, it becomes a medicine for your food. This is new age, and it is a new thing that is phenomenally changing people's mindset. You don't really need to take medicine. You just got to understand the concept of energy. The moment you understand the concept of energy and its interaction with our body, you'll be surprised the phenomenal and marvelous thing that you can do to your body, and you heal yourself. Okay, so we have come to an end of our talk. Now, question and answer session. Okay. Now, somebody asked about how about basmati rice? Basmati rice has less starch, so lesser sugar. However, basmati rice is still rice. If you can have millet in your diet, it is the best thing that you can give yourself. Okay, lesser evil. Basmati rice is lesser evil, but if you can have red rice, you can have black rice, or you don't have any rice, have millets in your diet. Make it a habit. You can cook it like rice, millets, and you eat them. And I'll tell you, some amazing healing will start to take place as well. Okay, floor open to question. Anybody's got any questions, please ask, and I'll be happy to answer. But turn on your video. Let me look at you, so that I am in a space to address and any questions. So just unmute yourself and ask your question. Yes, I know.
This red rice is the same thing as brown rice, is it?
Brown rice and red rice. Okay, red rice is not brown rice. Brown rice is brown rice. Is unpolished rice is brown rice, and brown rice is beneficial. You got to have the enzymes to digest them. So if you are someone who suddenly become a health conscious person, and you go out there and you start to eat brown rice, what will happen is that you feel bloated, uncomfortable because you're not able to digest them. Okay, so it will not be very comfortable for you. So I would encourage people not to eat so much of brown rice. If you have to eat them, soak the brown rice for a couple of hours and then cook it with your white rice. Mix it and eat if you have to eat that. Okay, slowly get into the habit of introducing it gradually into your diet, and then you find that your body is able to absorb and benefit from that. You get a lot of B12 and the B vitamins, and the brand that from the brown rice. So it's beneficial for you. And but try red rice and black rice. Okay, we used to eat loritam with coconut milk and all this, but try with the black rice. I tell you, it's such a simple food when you can have them. It's just an amazing thing your body could benefit from. Okay, all right. Anybody else wants to ask about any food? Yes, Mr. Selvaraju, unmute yourself and talk. Selvaraj, yeah. You got to unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Okay, wait. Okay.
Okay. Good evening first. Very thankful to you for giving a very good lecture. Okay. My one daughter is doing a PhD in food technology.
Okay.
So many things you are giving information I have noted down. I will ask many questions to her. So I will clarify with her. And moreover, next time I'll ask her to join this your lecture.
Sure. Right. Is she here or is she abroad?
She is abroad, India.
India. Okay. Okay.
So,
good.
So now my question now.
Yes.
Okay. One more thing, I would like to thank Vinodini for making me to join here. Hectic schedules, all this one. So your wonderful lecture I have seen. Heard many things, but in between I was traveling. I could not catch. So never mind. Okay. So you have
I saw you in
mentioned
your
that.
car.
So 50 to 70 minutes exercise. So
Yes.
so in Singapore life, we are so busy. 50 to 70 minutes are very difficult to take this time for exercise. Maybe 30 minutes or you are trying very 1 hour plus is can we cut down this one, or is it necessary to do this 50 to 70
Okay,
minutes exercise?
minimum, yeah, minimum time that you can give yourself as exercise is 45 minutes. That's the
Oh, but,
minimum. Yeah? If you can do more than that, is beneficial. And what I would encourage you to do, I know that Singaporeans, most of us start work before sunrise, and we come back home after sunset. So we
yes,
literally don't see sunlight. Huh? So we suffer because of that as well. We develop a lot of diseases because of lack of sunlight. And so what I would encourage is, if you can find time in the evening,
yeah,
okay, go out there and exercise. Now, something will happen. Your body will start to naturally get to the benefit of moving your limbs and all. Okay, brisk walking. Don't go and run or anything like that. Just go for a long walk. Okay. And when you start doing it, naturally you start to gain momentum, and that momentum will help you to find a healthier time to do that exercise. So you could be doing it earlier in the morning. Okay, so you can do your meditation and your mindful walking in the morning. It's an amazing thing to do. Okay, so you can have a meditative walk, a mindful walk we call it. Yeah, so you can do in the morning, and after that you can go and prepare yourself, go to work, or you can even go to work and you walk to your work. Okay, so imagine the amount of health benefit that you'll gain. Okay, go to your, put on your gears, walk to your work, and then go to your workplace, have a shower and change your clothing, and get about doing whatever that you need to do. So you could start by a few bus stops before your workplace, and then slowly increasing the momentum. So you can do that. Yeah. So exercise is an important thing that you must do, but don't overwork yourself. Don't burn yourself up by going out there to the gym, and they say you must do cardio and the works. Yeah, if you can, and you're young, okay, but elderly people, go easy. But walking is the best exercise anybody can do. Yes.
Doctor, is flaxseed a blood thinner?
A blood thinner, it has got blood thinning properties as well because of the essential fatty acids that you find in flax seeds. Okay.
If those people are eating those blood, what do you call that? The blood thinning medicine, so they're not supposed to eat flaxseed, is it?
It's not that not supposed to eat them. You eat them in small amounts. But if you're taking blood thinning medication on a long term, you're going to wear out your joints. Okay. If the joints going to become weak, you end up with a lot of problems. I've got people who go for knee replacement because of this medication. A lot of aches and pains. So you can reduce the blood thinning medication and start eating flaxseed. Flaxseed. Eat millets. The millets will help you significantly as well. Yeah. And children can eat millet. It's not only for adults or people who are sick. Anybody can eat to be healthy. Yeah.
The red rice you're talking about is kauni rice, is it?
They are literally red in color, the rice. Okay. There are two different versions, the basmati type version, and there's other one which is like a parboiled red rice. Okay. They've got a slight taste to it. I don't know about whether it's called kauni rice, but you can go there, Mustafa, you can get them. Yeah. Very cheap. 5 kilo is about $8 or something, and you can buy the others which is about $2 something. You can't cook too much. You just got to cook small amounts, because when you eat them a little bit, you feel full immediately, because it is such a power-packed food. Okay, so you start eating little, and there's so much of energy in that food. It is going to support your well-being.
Doctor, another thing is the ragi is also a millet, right?
Yes.
Ragi.
Yes, right. They call it red millet. Ragi is a millet as well. They're good for diabetics. It's got a small amount of gluten. So someone who's really, really sensitive to gluten, then not suitable for them. But it's a best food to have as well, especially when you're fasting, right? You can eat ragi porridge, and they're really beneficial for you. Samshan, do you have a question?
Okay, water drinking, before meals, after meals.
Yes.
Before meals, after meals. How many minutes before, how many minutes after eating? So,
Half an hour before food, 1 hour after food.
okay.
Yeah, that's how you got to drink water. You don't drink food and water together. If you have it with you, because in case you get choked, we are talking and eating and then we don't concentrate on food. Sometimes we choke, so you can
So
down with
we drink
water, but
sometimes.
not good to drink it regularly.
So we drink sometime the coffee or tea after meals are found. So
Not allowed.
what is the suggestion?
You're not supposed to drink with food, and coffee leaches calcium from your bones. So not a healthy thing to have. Tea got a lot of tannins. So if you drink too much of tea, not a good thing as well. You can drink it as a as a pastime once in a while, but not on a regular basis. I got people who drink every morning. Especially those who come for pain management. I ask them to stop drinking coffee, right? And it really helps. So they're not
So
really beneficial for your body. And coffee is an antidote. A lot of people eat medicine and then they drink coffee with medicine. The medicine will not work, any form of medicine. So sometimes, in our practice, you have given the wrong medicine. And then we quickly ask them to drink coffee. Or they're having a reaction to some drug or what. We ask them to drink coffee. And coffee neutralizes that effect of the medicine as well. Yeah.
okay, the wholemeal bread, the bread. This one is a millet item or what?
No, wholemeal bread is still wheat bread. It's not beneficial for your body.
Oh,
Yeah.
so for weight loss, all this one cannot.
No.
Weight loss.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
or weight losing. What
Yeah.
about the oats? Oats.
It's the worst thing you can give yourself. It's animal fodder. Are you an animal to eat those things? No. Okay, so it is. I think probably the next workshop that I will do is foods that we should not eat. Yeah, and talk about all the dangers about some of the foods, and oats will be on the top of the list. Right? If you want to have diabetes, heart failure, and the works, go and eat oats, and you will end up with all those things. Not immediately, but over time. Yeah. So you got to avoid that.
Dr. Satima.
Today I bought no oats.
Don't give it to anyone. Just throw it out in the field. The birds will eat it. Don't give to yourself also. Yeah. The high levels of aluminium in Quaker oats, they found that Quaker oats carry a lot of aluminium in them. Not a beneficial thing to have. I mean, I never liked oats also. Right? So not a healthy thing to have. Yes, Miss Pauni Amal, you're asking some question.
Yeah, the Sattu Mavu, the packet,
Yes.
that one is also consists of millet plus lentils, right? Is it
Yes.
good food?
They're okay if you are not allergic to certain lentils, then you can. We do tests in our clinic. We take hair samples and we send it to the lab for testing. You can literally find out some of the lentils that are not beneficial for you, so you can avoid them and eat others. So you got to find out, because everybody is not the same. Everybody is different. So you can do the test and we can find out. Then you can have, or you can make your own. Mix all the different millets together and grind them. And so you have your power pack multi-grain powder that is there. You mix it in like Horlicks, and you drink them. They're just so good for you. Yeah. Yes. So now you had a question.
Yeah. I heard you said oats is not good, right? But I must know that rolled oats are good, right?
No,
Rolled
still not
oats.
good as well. Right? It's not good.
Oh,
No.
oh.
Yeah, they're not beneficial.
I
Yeah.
was told that rolled oats is good, but okay.
No. Yeah. So Selvaraj is showing you a box of nutritional.
This one, what do you call manna health mix.
Yeah,
So
you got
this
to.
can use. Today I
Yeah.
bought.
Okay, you got to look at the ingredients. Always look at the ingredients. If you got soy in them, avoid them. You got wheat in them, avoid them.
Oh,
Doctor,
Yes.
how about Nestum they used to give to children and also adults eat. Is it okay to eat, Nestum?
No. No. Look at Shamshad. She's shaking her head. Okay, she has learned a lot, and so it is not a healthy food to have as a Nestum, because it's got oats. If you can make your own Nestum lah, you can have cereals that is mashed and dried from millets. So if you got you have to spend time to make all those things. Okay,
Oh,
I hope
okay,
in
thank you.
time to come this will be available commercially so that people can eat them. But
Okay, thank you, doctor.
yeah, so next time not a good thing to have,
For
especially those
layman,
2 and 3-in-1s. Yeah. Yes.
for layman, okay, we don't know which is which. Okay, the millet. So, do you have any plan to go to Mustafa or this one to show this like that? What?
Oh, I'll
Try
get
to
into a lot of trouble doing that. Okay, the GM Regina, she would not want to see me in Mustafa doing that because a lot of things cannot be used. Right? Because I did for the Heart Foundation many years ago,
no,
and for NTUC. Yeah.
no, one sample packet we bring outside. At least you can see. Okay, more familiarized.
Okay.
Instead of buying other.
What we have actually planning to do is in a matter of time, we will have millets available in our clinic, right? And they will be organic millets from the source itself. So we will be selling them, and people could actually buy them and start using it right away. Because a lot of people, I encourage them to eat millets, but they don't have that perseverance to go and find them, so they don't eat them. So we will encourage you to get it out there and eat it. So we will provide it for you also. Yeah, the best form available. Just give
Doctor,
us
is
some time.
kiwa okay? Is kiwa good?
Stevia?
Kiwa. No, kiwa.
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 Quinoa. Okay, quinoa is
Yeah.
good. Yeah, quinoa is good. It's good to have it sprouted, and it is one of the common what do you call millet that is available now. Everybody talks about quinoa, and every health food chef, if they don't have the other millets, they will have quinoa. It belongs to that 2-hour category now, so it's not a high index, So the blood sugars will start to get into your body in about 2 hours, better than the 15 minutes. So it's good to have, but you can have other millets. Yeah, otherwise I would have talked about quinoa.
Okay.
Yes.
Doctor,
Yes.
doctor, can we eat granola?
Granola.
Yeah.
You can because it's slowly assimilated in the body is good. Yeah, but just have to ensure that although people call it granola, they have wheat mixed into it as well. So you got to avoid that. So read the ingredients, whatever that you buy. Look at the ingredients behind the bottle, and you will see what are the things that have been included in the food. So when you notice them, then you just got to avoid them. Yeah.
Okay, thanks,
Okay.
doctor.
Celine, you have a question?
Dr. Saravana, why oatmeal is not good? I mean, for hundreds of years, people, especially Chinese, they always say oatmeal is the best. Yeah.
Okay. It's not hundreds of years. Actually, it probably is about 40 years old. Okay.
Only 40 years.
It has become popular. Okay. It's Western influence, and they say that, it is high fiber, but it has got a lot of starch in that. That's why you find it like, like gluey and mucilage. And so the sugars get into your body very rapidly, and it is not something that our body will assimilate naturally. So eating cardboard, okay. So they say that it will help to reduce cholesterol, it will reduce the blood sugar and all this kind. Not true. Over on the long run, it contributes to a lot of problems. Not a healthy thing to have. Yeah. Anybody else? Vinodini, you have a question? No? Okay. Did I overload you all with a lot of information? My wife always complains about that. Yeah. Yes. Pavniyamma?
No, doctor.
Okay.
What is the next topic?
The next topic is foods that you should not eat.
Okay.
Okay, foods that you should not eat. And
So we need a strong heart to hear that.
Actually, when I review the food intolerance test results with my clients, or if they come with a specific disease, especially heart disease or cancers, they find that the change with the food is so overwhelming that cancer is better, right? But if they were to deal with it, they deal with the diet, they significantly about 70% of the cancers are gone very rapidly with just managing food. A lot of diseases are cleared, just by managing food alone. So it's a sign that, a science that everybody needs to understand, because we all eat food. But if you just go on and assuming and believing that, you see the pyramid sign is good for you. Hey, Coke Zero has got a pyramid sign, do you know that? Yeah. So if you look at it, hey, it's got a pyramid sign that's good for me. You start drinking Coke Zero, you will have memory loss over a period of time. Okay. The sucralose that goes into that drink, starts to degenerate the nervous system in your brain, and you will develop dementia, Alzheimer's, and all this. But then why are they selling it? Because they didn't say you must drink it every day. You can drink it once in a while. And my contractor, who's working in my home now, tells me that he loves to drink Coke, and he justified it by saying that put that cold Coke in your. Now I'm like promoting them now. Okay, although I told about their dangers. Say put a cold one in your fridge. After that, you come back home and you feel so exhausted. You're so heaty, tired. Drink one can of it. You feel so shook. You feel relief. But I tell you, if you do it once in a while, your body goes through an overdrive to detox the toxins out of the body. However, if you drink it on a daily basis, if you drink it on a regular basis, you're going to get a lot of diseases. You're going to literally wear out your kidneys, your heart, your digestive system going to go haywire. They'll become so porous and form a lot of holes in them, a lot of stones, and you're going to end up with a lot of challenges in your body. So avoid them. Avoid them as much as you can. Doesn't mean that you cannot have your Fanta or Coke or what once in a while, but not as a regular thing. There are people who drink it on a regular basis. They drink it on a regular basis and they die. No point suing the companies out there as well, because they will show their disclaimer. I didn't ask you to take every day. You did it on your own, so you sabotage yourself. Okay, so be careful and be mindful of what you're taking. So we come to the end of our session today. Last question, if anyone has one, and I'll be happy to answer. And then
okay, what is your suggestion for the night food?
Night, okay. Eat very light food. Okay, slightly carbo based. So you can eat some millets. You can eat them. They're quite calming as well. If you have to have some rice, or don't eat fruits at night, but eat a lot of vegetables, not leafy vegetables. You can have a stir fry vegetable, eat the whole thing at night, and it will be beneficial for you. Okay, porridge will be a good thing to have. Yeah, millet porridge. Yeah, dosai or light foods are different. They call it in Indian. So you can have them at night, and they'll be beneficial for you. Not to have heavy meals. Okay, there are people who meet for dinners and they eat heavy meals. They go for buffets at night, or they have a wedding dinner. They go and eat a big meal at night, and they become violently sick. So don't give that to yourself. Right? Keep yourself healthy. Okay, thank you very much. And
sorry, doctor, one more question.
Okay.
Why we cannot eat fruits at night?
Okay, fruits are high energy foods. Okay, so if you're eating them at night, you're going to be awake and full of energy. You want to sleep at night. Okay, so you don't want to have that. And the other thing is, there are people who's got a lot of respiratory issues. So if they're eating fruits in the night, they're going to generate a lot of mucus in their body, which is not going to support them, and it's not beneficial for them. So you got to avoid that. Kabam, they call it, In Tamil, they got a saying, Kabam vandal, kalan vandal. That means when you have too much of mucus, a lot of death will be at your doorstep to take you away. So we need to eliminate that toxin, the mucus from your body. Okay.
We take normally banana. We take normally banana night time.
Glenn, off it. Off the TV. Okay. Banana, is it good for?
No.
Night time. People used to take banana.
No, not a suitable thing. Okay, it will generate a lot of mucus in your body as well. Okay, so eat it in the day. Yeah, any fruit, best to eat it before 5 o'clock, before sunset. Don't eat it at night. Yeah, so don't eat fruits at night. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thank you for being part of today's session. I hope it has given you a lot of insights into food and things. And what you actually heard is just the surface of information that I shared with you. Once we resume the classroom activities in my clinic, we can seat about 25 people. I'm going to introduce this as a certificate program so that you will learn a lot of information about food and nutrition from a holistic perspective. No, it is not from the nutrition perspective, although I'm a nutritionist and a naturopath. You will be learning from a different perspective, and this perspective is going to steer you that you will learn how to protect yourself, but at the same time you will be able to help others as well, especially your family, your loved ones. Okay, so I hope this will inspire you to learn more, and you can join me in my classes, and we will introduce some of the healing techniques that you will be able to apply and learn as well. So I look forward to see you in 2 Sundays. So I'll send you some messages, food that we do not need to eat, or we should avoid. Okay, the next topic, and we will work on that. Okay, thank you. Good night, and be
Thank
happy
you.
and healthy. Bye.
Thank you, doctor.
Bye.
Thanks, Doctor. Good night.
Thanks, doctor.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, doctor.
Bye.